This year marks the 75th anniversary of ASHG, the American Society of Human Genetics. ASHG was established to lead research, education, and service in the field of human genetics and genomics. There's a lot to celebrate from the last three-quarter century of progress, and there's much to look forward to in emerging research and discoveries. Thanks to ASHG, we have a greater understanding and appreciation of humanity's diversity and our shared genetic heritage. That's why this year, we began a campaign to celebrate diversity. One humanity, many genomes. We recently asked ASHG members to share their thoughts on how the field has progressed, what have been the greatest achievements in human genetics, and what we have left to discover in the field over the years to come. Here are just some of their thoughts.
We like to think of our field as a relatively young field, but I think the 75th anniversary is a reminder that we've come of age. And it's really nothing short of astonishing to reflect on how far we've come since the early years of ASHG, when we didn't even know what DNA looked like, to where we are now.
There has been a tremendous progress in the field of human genetics. We have gone from knowing that we had 46 chromosomes to now being able to see each of the letters of our genome and to study each of the letters of our genome. So today patients, especially patients who wear Mendelian disorders, they have more options because the technology has grown exponentially.
It is amazing to me that now we have the development of technologies such that you can genotype millions of variable sites in hundreds of thousands of people. Or we can actually, now there's a development of low cost and high throughput sequencing technology. So we can sequence the entire genome of an individual at high coverage in a single day for under $1,000. So that's really remarkable.
Take understanding and revealing the DNA structure, deciphering the genetic code as good examples. Also, I can think of Sanger sequencing, recombinant DNA approaches, the Human Genome Program, induced pluripotent stem cells, next generation sequencing, and most recently genome editing. And I think for each of these milestones, ASHG has been there to celebrate the science and also guide its implementation.
Today, a baby born with their defects in the neonatal intensive care unit can have his or her or their genome sequencing done in 3 days. I mean, this is tremendous for society, for families who have babies born with their defects.
We now have strategies to even do gene editing for a devastating disease like sickle cell. And we have therapeutics for different types of cancers that are based on specific variants that was just not possible before. So the progress has been wonderful. We are now using our understanding of genomics to design new therapeutics, and that is helping us to understand diseases that we couldn't even track before.
The fact that we're doing clinical testing for tumors as well as for germline sequencing, it's just incredible.
Some of the biggest achievements have been, first, being able to characterize variation in global populations, demonstrating in the 1970s that the majority of genetic variation is within populations, not between populations. Then once we were able to obtain whole genome sequences, we realized that we're all greater than 99.99% similar at the genome level.
The next phase that we are moving into now is to actually use this knowledge, to begin to really do what we call precision medicine, where we take individual variants into consideration in how we prescribe drugs, how we treat them. So I'm hoping for the very near future that we can begin to set up procedures and equipment in different parts of the world and laboratories that will help us to decentralize the benefits of human genetics.
I think it is fair to predict a future where we have streams of dynamic omics data continuously feeding into our health records, and we will have established tools that make doctors very comfortable making decisions, clinical decisions based on these data. I think it's also fair to predict that in that distant future, we will not have any untreated genetic diseases.
ASHG has been the society that has nurtured developments in genetics as both in technology as well as in science and education. ASHG has also been instrumental in policy making, which has allowed more access to genome testing in different populations in the US, not only in the US, but also across the world.
I'm extremely proud of the progress that ASHG is now making in terms of broadening the tent and make sure that we'll truly engage all human populations so that we can actually live up to our vision that says genomics need to benefit everybody in the world.
One humanity, many genomes.